Hey, Elite family. Obviously, you know me. So, anyway, first of all, I want to start by giving you guys tons of accolades because I get your intention sheets every week and I'm looking at percent kept appointments, and you guys are really doing amazing. I mean, considering like the world is blowing up right now, because you learned psychology and you've gone through the training and you've put in the time, you really have created strong cultures. And hey, man, most of you guys are in the, you're so spoiled because you used to be in the 90% kept claim. It's like, oh my God, what's happening? It's 86 or whatever, and there's a few people that have dipped lower, but you guys are so strong. And I'm just so proud of you that I know we're all equal, but I kind of feel like a proud dad. So anyway, but I am saying the same thing on coaching calls all the time because I mean, you guys freak out if it's 82 or 84%, and I get the same question: What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Well, I put this other video out, but I want to be able to hone this down and make it easy for you. And for those people that elite clients have shared this to, it is time that we make a difference. Now, I know you know that, but here's the problem. There is, as you know, there's a psychological hysteria. So we have a psychology problem. And you've probably already noticed you can't solve a psychology problem with information. How do you know? Because you probably got people calling you, go, Doc, I know this helps my immune system, but. And then you're also realizing, because this is a big litmus test in a sense, the people that you thought got it now are acting in fear because after 21 years of studying human behavior, what this is an example of, it shows you the herd mentality, the influential human behavior characteristic of social proof, meaning the individuals will act like the group. The power of social proof is unbelievable. Even patients that you thought were great patients, it's the power of watching the news. It's the power of what other people are doing. It's the power of what they think is mandated is actually overwhelming their emotion and getting them out of their frontal lobe and getting them into their reptilian brain, into their primary brain. And what exists there? The behavior of survival. Once they go into survival, then they're in fear. And that's what's happening. So even good patients are being influenced by social proof. And it's going to get stronger and stronger the more people that test positive. So we need to put a stop to it. You need to handle a psychological problem with a psychological answer. And that's it. Psychology to psychology, psychology to information doesn't work. So you see all these things on Facebook. Well, we're trying to sanitize. They don't care. Their fear of why they're staying at home, their fear of being unemployed, all those fears are way bigger than when you sanitize. That should be the last thing. So I'm going to cover exactly how to solve a psychological problem with a psychological answer. So first of all, there are people that are coming in. So what we want to do, we got to stabilize the people that are coming in. Those people are taking empowered action, which means what? They're taking control of their life. They're in a higher emotional tone. They're in power. So what those people need are acknowledgement. They need validation, compliments, and then inspiration. Why? Because pleasure makes behavior long-term. Pleasure causes long-term change. Now, you elite guys been in the boot camp, you know this. So we got to give them tons of pleasure. Now, this is like training a puppy. You want to train him to sit, grab his collar, slam his butt down, give him tons of love, right? And eventually you change behavior. So here's the key. If you want to change behavior, you have to change the emotion that's driving the behavior. If you want to change behavior, you have to change the emotion that's driving behavior. And this is why information does not change the emotion. You got to change their primary brain. So now people that are empowered, we want to continue that behavior. And that's why we got to give them boatloads of pleasure. So what do you say, Miss Jones? Hey, man, I'm so proud of you. You've taken control of your life. You're taking control of your health. You're not listening to all the stuff in the news. You know what you're doing is right for you. You know this is a place that keeps your immune system strong, keeps you healthy. And, man, I think that I'm so proud of you for taking control and not only protecting the health of your family. Now, I'm giving you too much here. I'm giving you more stuff, but you're going to chop this down into one-liners. Not only protecting your family, but gaining the confidence that keeps your family healthy no matter what. Great job, face down. And then at the end of the adjustment, you're like, okay, man, power and control. You just got another level of power in your immune system, a way to jumpstart your immune system. So you guys also know that analogies and metaphors help quicken and hasten the learning process. So you want to create that association. Jumpstart. Everybody's used to jumpstarting a dead battery. Hey, way to jumpstart your nervous system and immune system. So that's it. So everything is positive. Confirm on Wednesday. See you on Friday. Friday's the most important day. Hey, let's get you powered up for the weekend. Now, people that are calling in, that's doc, I know it helps my immune system, but I'm staying home. So they're in fear. Now, when a person is in survival, inspiration is too far. It's too big of an emotional jump. Empowered people are one emotion. Survival people are a different emotion. You can't handle those the same. They're at different emotional tones. So when you're in survival, the baseline positive intent, meaning the baseline empowered action, is protection. You have to use protection, the word protection, and the word safety. So when they say, well, you know, I'm going to stay at home, you say, you know what? First of all, what they've done is they put themselves into a victim mentality. Why? Because we're powerless against this thing. The only power we can take against this thing we can't see that's going to invade us is we got to stay at home. So that's empowerment. And what's it doing? It's protection. 3 steps, you guys know this from the boot camp. 3 steps to change a victim's perspective. 1, validate. 2, ask a powerful question. 3, take responsibility. When they take responsibility, they have the ability to respond. The reason they're a victim, they haven't taken their responsibility is stay at home. They can't cross that, otherwise they lose their emotional tone. If they cross that, they'll go into depression, but they don't want to do that. That's why they're hanging on to it. So what you have to do is address that. So when they say, hey, you know, I'm going to stay at home, validate. Hey, you know what? You should definitely limit your interaction with people. No question. Because what you're trying to do is limit your exposure to protect your health and keep you and your family safe. Would you agree? And what are people going to do? They're going to say, yes, of course. And so then you say, so I think that's awesome. You should do that. However, most people are going to step out of their house at least once a day. Definitely at least 2 to 3 times a week. Would you agree? You're going to walk out the front door because you got stuff to do, grocery store. You're going to walk out at least 2 to 3 times a week. Would you agree? Now, what are they going to do? What are they going to say? They're going to go, oh, yeah. Now, look what I'm doing. I'm getting them on a multiple agreement process that's going to begin to transform their thought process. Well, I have to stay at home, but what? Yes, I'm definitely going to leave. Then I'd say, did you know, hey, since you're leaving, did you know there's a new science, medical science? It's called neuroimmunology, and that shows the relationship between spine and posture and the strength of the nervous system and directly relates to strength of the immune system. Did you know that's a new science proving that a healthy spine has keeps a healthy immune system and gives you better protection from infection? Did you know that? It's a new science. Now, what are they going to say? Because they don't know the word neuroimmunology. They go, no, I didn't know that. Did you know that adjustments not only jumpstart your nervous system, they jumpstart your immune system and give you even more protection and safety? Did you know that? So now I'm going from survival into I'm moving from pain of survival into the low-level pleasure of protection and safety. Did you know that? And they'll say no. So you say, well, as long as you're leaving your house, would you take an extra 15 minutes, come by here, get adjusted, and add to your protection, add another layer of protection and safety? You could even say, it's like umbrella insurance. It's like adding more insurance, you know, because when you're in a crisis, wouldn't you want to protect all your assets? Isn't your health the most important asset? So would you like to add another layer of protection? Now, again, I'm making this longer than it needs to be. You're going to shorten this into bullets because I'm trying to give you more. Okay? So would you like to add another layer of protection and safety? And what are they going to say? Yeah, of course. Then if you're on a phone call, then you say, when are you leaving your house next? Well, tomorrow at 3 or today at 4:30. Great. Can you be here by 5? We'll add another layer of protection in your immune system. Hey, as long as you're out, do you want to get even more benefit than just staying at home? Isn't that what we're doing? We're adding protection. Great. Be here at 5 o'clock. Now, another thing is what I would be doing would I be making videos, and I would put all this information on videos where you're having this conversation with them, only you're asking these questions and they're answering them in their head and probably out loud at home. So when they're answering at home, you're bringing them along a thought process. Okay? Now, when you look at people buy with emotion and justify with fact, 80% of their decision is emotion, 20% is fact. So now you've taken them through an emotional process. So not just protection and safety, but you say, hey, when you come here, wouldn't you like by the time you leave after you've been adjusted to have total confidence in the protection and safety of your health for you and your family? Now, when they go, absolutely, by the way, bring your family. Now you just framed why they would bring their family. So when they come in, talk about protect confidence in the protection and safety. So we went from fear survival into protection and safety into confidence. Now you've brought them up several emotional layers to where in the state of confidence, now they can take empowered action. Survival, they're empowered action staying home. Confidence, they're going to venture out, which they're already doing. Okay? So you're just creating this bridge from fear into confidence. Now, on a video, you're going to go through the same thing. Wouldn't you absolutely like to have the most confidence? And then in video, what I'd say is, now, do you think in our lifetime this is going to be the last epidemic that we experience? Or because next season, we got another flu season, minimally a flu season. So do you think we're going to be battling against more epidemics in our future? Yes. So here's the question. How do you want to live now? Do you want to live now and the rest of your life, not only how you get through this, but the habits and how you get through this can give you the confidence for the protection, safety, and optimal health of your family in years to come? Isn't that what you want? And at home, they're going, yeah. Number one, call for an appointment today. Number two, you want to justify with fact. So I'd say, here's a book, Back to Health, and for you elite clients, then you say, or even if you're not, say, a friend of mine wrote this. A fellow colleague and friend of mine wrote this. This explains neuroimmunology. This explains the new science. This has medical research in top medical journals explaining spinal structure, posture, stress on the spinal cord and nervous system, and how that directly relates not only to immunology and the strength of your immune system, but how it relates to health and disease for the rest of your life. So for those of you that are staying at home, get this book. Go to Elite Coaching, ELITE Coaching, LLC.com, and get a copy of this book, $15. Okay? And so here's the thing, gang. They don't care about Elite Coaching. They don't care about Dr. Fred. Who they care about? The person that gave them the resource. Now, you guys in Elite know this has already created many lifetime patients. For those of you who are not in Elite, I guarantee you, because it's been proven many times, this is the best book written, not just on the principle, but the science that proves the principle that a subluxated spine causes disease. There's even ones that say it causes early death, shortened lifespan. So use this as a resource, because what we're doing, we're not just trying to maintain the people that are coming in. We're building our practice. We're becoming a leader for the people that aren't going to come and see you right now, that are going to spread this around. So when people come out of their house, they are going to be different. We're living in a new world. And guess what? You create right now, what you do right now is going to create the meaning of the new world that's coming when this thing ends. We're already in a new world, but we get on the other side of crisis. You get to define the new world. use this as a resource, elitecoachingllc.com, and tell them to get this. You don't even have to pay for it. And what you're doing is you're building your practice for 30 days from now, 60 days from now. Because when these people come out of their house and they read this book, guess who they're going to go see? Hey, you don't want to come out of this thing and have me doing recalls, rebuild your practice, people that have changed their mindset. So you need to make at least one video a week, preferably 2 videos. Make this your message. Give them other tips. Stay in contact so we keep that culture together. Refer to this book several times. Let them buy it on their own, because I guarantee you, not only will it pull them out of your house into your office, when this thing passes, you are going to be the leader that they're going to seek because you cared enough to share information. All right, gang, I know this works. It's already working in Elite. I'm already getting testimonials on it. So that's the way you handle empowered people. That's the way you handle fearful people. Take this, please share this all over the profession, because I don't know anybody. There's so many videos on, hey, we're sanitizing. By the way, at the end of your video, then you say, hey, you know what? We have great sanitation techniques we're using, so you don't even have to worry about that. This place is completely clean and virus free. So or whatever you're going to say, hey, this is completely sanitized. But throw that in at the end, because that's a fact. Don't make that the meat of your video or the meat of your message. They don't care. Deal with the emotion. All right, you guys, love you. Please send this video everywhere, because this is a psychology. We have a psychological problem. We got a psychology problem. We got to handle it with a psychology solution. All right, love you guys. Hey, all of you, call me anytime if you have a psychology answer we need for your patient. I just want to reach out and help everybody and bring a new psychology to chiropractic. All right, love you guys. Thanks.